Hi, it's Mike Slogan here. This is my first opportunity to try the FastCap Crown Stop fence. Now this fence works a little bit differently than I'm used to. The stop is on the fence as opposed to on the base. But this is something you can carry around with you all the time. It seems pretty well made, and it's made to slip right onto the back of a DeWalt saw. These are the crown stops. They slide up and down in the slots on the front of the fence. So I'm used to having my crown stop on the base, so we're going to check this out and see how I like it. All you need to do is remove the original fence from the DeWalt saw and slip in the crown stop fence. It's very simple, and you can switch them back and forth as need be. The first thing I need to do to set up the crown stop is to figure out the height of the crown from the ceiling. I usually use a square to do that, and you'll notice that it's at 2 7/8 high. So the first thing I'll do is cut a 2 7/8 inch block of wood, either a piece of trim stock, 2x4, whatever you got laying around. Cut that to the exact height that the crown will sit on the wall. Then I use that as a gauge to set my crown stops up so that they're perfectly even. The slightest little deviation on either side, it's going to give you some trouble making those cuts really clean. So it's important to set them exactly. Then hang on to that block. It's a reference gauge, so you can reset it if you need to change from crown stop to cutting other material. Notice that it fits snugly on both sides, and that's critical to using this stop properly. You can see how the crown fits right in there, right at the spring angle, and notice that it's square to the base and to the crown stop. That means I am ready to cut. You can clean up the ends of your piece, cut square cuts. This will be a cut for an outside miter. Just hold it snug up against the fence and it will fall right into the spring position. You are cutting upside down, as they say, upside down and backwards. So just keep that in mind when you mark off your cuts. This is an example of an inside corner cut for the piece that's on the left. Slide it right up to the crown stop, and you'll get the perfect cut every single time. Get right to your line, and there you go. That's an inside corner cut. I think the only thing I need to get used to is that when you let the crown go, it slides down. That's not a deal breaker though. I think I can get used to that pretty quickly. Here's cutting an outside corner for a piece that's going to be on the right hand side. And you can see that the crown slips right into position as you put a little pressure on the base. And it gives you that perfect spring angle so you can cut your inside and outside corners with no issue. Here's an example of an inside corner. So notice how nice it fits. And then an outside corner as well. It keeps that spring angle perfect so that your miter joints come together perfectly. I like to assemble as much as I can on a work table, so I'll use a square to square up that miter. And once I get it in position, I glue, pin nail it together, and then I can bring it up to the ceiling or to the cabinet, and it makes a perfect outside corner. So check it out, FastCap's Crown Stop Fence.